Welcome to my hardcore Minecraft world, where my goal right now is to transform this village. We've gotten a little distracted along the way, I'll admit. We have a sniffer sanctuary and a farming area, and we even have this pretty pink barn now. But today we are taking on a very important and well-known structure, the Blacksmith. Let's get to work. I don't know if I'd go as far as to call us poor. We have 35 diamonds, but, well, we're not exactly well off. We could definitely use several more diamonds in this world, and also much better gear. These buildings and villages are some of my favorite to transform. I mean, they just have so much character already. They're a village that spawns with a chest. They've got this like lava thing over here that I already stole the lava from. And plus, there are two types of smith villagers, the weaponsmith and also the regular toolsmith. I want to create a home for both of these smiths up in that little blacksmith, so we have a lot of work to do. I am going to need some food to fuel this journey. Thank you. Since this is only my second big project within the village, we're going to need to start with a lot of materials. Of course, we're going to need a bunch of the usual stuff like logs, but today I also want to introduce a new material to the color palette. Since we've got these two huge geodes here, I think I would like to break into this and use some of the calcite. And you know what? Maybe even some of the smooth basalt. I just think having a nice white color and also a darker gray is going to contrast against the pink really well. As much as I love the pink and purple, I don't want to overdo it and make the entire village look like one giant pink block. I have variety, you know? Dude. I'm gonna build you a home. You don't have to hang out under the smith's house. It's okay. We got one guy hanging out in the basement and one guy on the marketplace roofs. All right, so far I've got a bunch of calcite, a bunch of amethyst, a bunch of wood, and some basalt. I guess to go with the basalt, we're probably also gonna need some stone. Oh, and luckily we had a little bit of pop purple left. I'll add that to the pile. When it comes to stone, we're kind of low on resources. I have a little bit of stone brick left over, but not a ton. Oh, I do have some andesite though. Whenever we need stone, it makes me really wish I had silk touch. I got pumpkins to trade. Who's taking pumpkins? Yep, there you go. I'm gonna do a bit of enchanting so that I'm not such a noob with no silk touch. Darn it, that's a pretty good pickaxe. I'm not gonna grindstone it, I'm just gonna make another one. Here we go, silk touch. I put a couple of torches because silk touch can actually spawn at lower levels. So there we go. Now all I'm gonna do is take my old pickaxe and put silk touch on it. Oh, maybe this way around? Oh, nope, doesn't make a difference. In order to be a little bit productive while I'm collecting the stone, I'm gonna widen out this track here that we have going towards our spawner. Multitasking, we're multitasking. There we go. This is a bit cleaner, and I also have tons of stone brick now. All right, I'll admit the next thing that probably needs some work down here is we need stairs. I can't be jumping up and down here every time. We have so much room here. I need proper staircases going up and down my mine. Right. I'll make a note of it. Before I can get started on any actual building, I just realized there is one important material that we don't have here. I accidentally let myself run out of dark oak saplings, which means this is all of the dark oak that I have left. Plus, these two saplings. Oh, curse these trees that only grow with 4 saplings. Why? I've been really enjoying the contrasty dark oak along this roof, so I wanted to also do it on the blacksmith, which means we're going back to the dark oak forest. This time, we're going to get lots and lots of saplings. Luckily, it's not too far of a journey over to the dark oak forest. There's one just past the sniffer sanctuary. Speaking of, let's go ahead and stop in and see how our sniffers are doing. I missed them. Ooh, thank you for the seeds. The little guys. Oh. Hey, no growing up in small areas. It's not allowed. No. They are just so adorable. Better go ahead and plant this pitcher plant. All right, they seem happy enough. Let's carry on. There we are. It's not too far of a journey. All right, this time I'm not leaving until I got at least 12 saplings. While we're here chopping all this dark oak wood, maybe you could do me a little favor and check to see if you're subscribed. I don't mention this very often, but we are slowly working our way towards 2 million subscribers. And it would mean a lot to me if you enjoyed these videos if you could click that little subscribe button and help us get there. All right, that's 10, not bad. 11, 12. Alright, this time there's no way I'm gonna run out of dark oak saplings. I'm gonna save 6 of them spare. And thankfully, with that, I think I finally have enough materials to get started on this build. Is everyone excited? First things first, we gotta work out exactly where everything is going to go. And I actually would love to keep the front of this building. I just wanna make it an odd number. So this is 2, we're gonna instead go 3. And we're gonna strip that to give the pillars some variety. And we're gonna keep our original foundation here and build up some walls with a little bit of depth. Okay, that's definitely a good start. Now all I gotta do is keep going. So 1, 2, 3, and our next pillar is right here in the side of the cliff. With these starting pillars marked out, it was now time to remove the existing structure so that we could officially begin building our new one. Basically, in the end, the only thing that I held on to was the foundation. And honestly, I think this area holds a lot of promise. The next thing that I like to do when building structures like these is mark out where exactly the roofs are gonna go. So for that, I'm gonna need some dark oak stairs and also some dark oak slabs. Nothing extraordinary going on in the roof area, just a very ordinary triangle roof. Villagers, thoughts? As a basic shape, it looks fine, very average looking. I think in order to take it to the next level, I'm gonna start bringing it down into this layer down here. After all, the whole challenge of this village shape is the fact that it's kind of like a half of a bowl. It's got a weird verticality to it, and I'd like to show that off in this blacksmith. I think a key way that I would like to do that is by having a big towering chimney over on this side. This can then go ahead and connect all the way through the ground down to this layer. Yeah, that'll be a good starting point for the connection. Now that we've got that connection, I'm going to start on a building down on this layer, going in kind of the opposite direction as the top layer. That way, hopefully, the roof line will end up looking just a little bit more interesting. Once I had my 2 main big shapes laid out, it was time for my favorite and arguably the easiest part, just simply blocking it in. This is the stage where we add the flat walls and the flat roofs, and we're gonna come in later and add as much detail as we can, but for now, this is just about getting a good foundation set. Why are there so many golems babysitting my chickens? What's going on up here? This is already looking fantastic as a start, but the next thing that I want to do is actually expand things. This is a big plot of land over here that we're not really using and will probably look a little awkward if we don't put something here. Plus, the interior is pretty small and I do kind of want to decorate in here, so let's expand it. Hear me out, right? I'm thinking we just go 3 out from those original pillars and build up kind of a little side shed area. And for this roof, in order to keep it pretty low-key, we'll do it all in slabs. Now, this is the part of the build where I really want to tie in a bunch of these grays. Things have been looking very pink, which means we need some neutrals. And, well, the spruce and the oak wood are kind of doing that for us, as well as the birch in my starter house. But I also want to tie in all of this cobblestone that I've been using everywhere. I was thinking about just replacing the cobblestone, but I want to see if I can make it work first. I'm thinking I want to come in and properly round out this bottom platform down here. I really want to make this side over here look a little bit more structurally sound and maybe even a little bit more tied into this chimney. So I'm gonna try and add just a bunch of different details with the stone brick here. Yep, that looks pretty good. Now I definitely want some details all around the front here. This should help things look a bit more structurally sound. I think just to really help accent this entranceway here, I'm going to adjust the roof upwards a bit. Golem? Golem, what are you doing? You didn't need to be a part of this. Oh my goodness. Anyways, with this, we'll have the entranceway complete. And yeah, I definitely think that's improved. Now, back to this area back here. I want to cover the roof, but I don't think I want it to be the same as the other structures. So, to make it pop a little bit more, I'm going to finally put some of my copper to use. This color won't really look that good while it's bright, but once it fades a little bit, we'll probably be able to wax it at the second or third stage, and then it'll have a look that almost fits in with the paint. Can you guys believe it? We're already on day 200 of this Minecraft world. 200 days in hardcore Minecraft, and I am loving building up this village. For day 200, I actually have something special in mind for us to work on with the roof. And we're gonna need our brand new Silk Touch pickaxe for it. So far, I've only really collected the actual amethyst block from this geode, but now that I have Silk Touch, I can also collect the amethyst clusters. You have to be very careful, but these are so pretty. I want some of the smaller ones too. Okay, that should do it. I want to use these purple and pink blocks together to create a cool detailed gradient within the roof, and we're also going to need the pink wool for that. My plan is to come through the roof like this and sort of make it look like there's a big crack through it of amethyst. I want this to be fairly organically shaped and going across both sides. And then we're going to accent this with a bunch of the other blocks. Then I think what's really going to sell this look is all of these little clusters that we can put everywhere. That already looks so much better. Let's also go ahead and do this part of the build. The sun is setting on day 200, and I think that roof gradient is just lovely. I now have the sudden desire to head back into the mines and start kind of decorating things on our way down here, I guess. I don't necessarily need the entire mine shaft to be perfectly decorated, but I think a couple of areas, especially up here where we can see in, would be really good. This is way smoother already. Now that I'd been able to spend a little bit of time building and decorating, I was really craving a mining session. After all, that's what this area is all about. A nice clean area where we can easily access the caves below the village and also our strip mine. Since we now have Silk Touch, I'm also finally able to grab some ore blocks, which of course are gonna be for decoration. That's not good. Hello? Where the heck is it? Is it up? I found it. I gotta take a look, obviously. This is not the deep dark. This is an ancient city. I feel like if we're gonna take that on in hardcore Minecraft, we're gonna have to be more prepared than we are right now. I'm not ready. No, thank you. I'm gonna go back to my super safe strip mining, please. I'm not a scared cat. You're a scaredy cat. I haven't mined like this in a little while. It reminds me that the last time we were down here, I was asking you for advice on my real life garden. And I have an update. I have little green tomatoes and I'm so proud of them. I was a little late getting started because the weather here in Newfoundland wasn't really cooperating through most of the spring. But I've so far gotten 4 big cucumbers and my tomatoes are still a little green, but I think they'll get red by the end of August. So thank you for all the advice. Ooh, no thank you. Despite my efforts, we haven't been getting that lucky with the ores, but I think I do have enough to decorate with, and also, of course, some diamonds for us to actually mine and use when we need them. Doing this has definitely reminded me how much of a pain it is to get all the way down here, and it's made me want to sort of transform this space into a bit of a more functional mining area. I think just bringing a little bit of these wooden pillars down here and setting up some chests and also smelting areas would make this look a lot better. There we go, furnaces. We'll store a little bit of wood in here for those times when I forget to bring some down, and then we've got a chest here for our extra cobbled deep slate while we're mining, and just some general areas for smelting. Listen, it's not much, but it definitely feels way more functional now. With the mines now looking a lot better, I decided to return to the surface for a breath of fresh air, and also to finally start organizing the interior of the blacksmith. These smith interiors are so cute. I've started off here with a chimney, and I'm kind of trying to divide up this space, as we also need a way down into the other build, which I think, yeah, I mean, that seems like a pretty good entrance to me. My goal at first was just to sort of figure out the floor plan in general, which is pretty tricky in itself because not only does this have to work for me, but it also has to work for the villagers, so it can't be too complicated. I've discovered that an extra little compartment over on this side would probably help things because it's looking a little bit plain. The good news though is that the interior is actually laid out fairly sensibly now, in that we can actually get around, so that's a plus. Extra little outside detail coming right up. Listen, it may not seem like much, but I think that actually makes a pretty big difference to this area. Now, all we need is some supports here and probably some trap doors just to round things off. Yeah, there we go. That's way more detailed. While we're at it, we can also add these here. The hardest part of these projects is always making them villager safe. Basically, anywhere where a villager can do this and take damage is dangerous. So I'm just checking basically every stairwell so that I don't kill my smiths. And honestly, I think we just passed the safety inspection. So that means it's time to move the villagers inside. So we're gonna take the smithing table and the grindstone, and we get to kind of decorate with these, which I'm excited about. I'm gonna have the grindstone kind of over here in its own little work area, hopefully. And for the smithing tables, I think I'm gonna have little workstations down here. I have a couple of those in their own little sort of table section. Of course, we're going to also move some beds in, and I'm going to also gate off the entranceway, which, you know, might be a little much, but I'd like to keep all of my smiths working inside, at least while the village is under construction. It's not safe out there. We'll have a cute little bedroom over here. All right, dude, that's enough funny business. Come on down now. Go to work. There we go, perfect. Now for the decor that I got down below. Of course, I'm going to put a big pile of ores outside over here. We'll also store a few inside for everybody to work with. Another little bedroom over here with a bedside table. And just like that, with a couple more details, I think our smith's house is complete. Cute, look at them. Aww. We've got our master toolsmith and our weaponsmith. As an extra detail, I'm just going to add a couple of tools kind of hanging around the place so that it looks like they're actively working on things in here. Or maybe just proudly displaying their work. Now that we officially have two of our smiths living in a proper house, I feel like it's finally time to name them. Only problem is, haven't actually found any name tags yet or unlocked them from a villager. It's okay though, that is where our mending villager comes into play. All I gotta do is upgrade this guy, which shouldn't be too difficult, and we'll get some lanterns. While we're here, let's also go ahead and add a mending book to our fortune pickaxe. That's kind of important. Ooh, a glass trade. Don't mind if I do. There we go. Now I just need 19 emeralds. No problem. Luckily, I have lots of carrots. Nice. How did you get up there? Oh my goodness. Villagers are truly just the worst. Why are you doing parkour right now? It's not the time. There we go. That should stop that. Now, back to naming our weaponsmith and our toolsmith. I'm thinking we got a Herbert and a Cyrus. Here you go, everybody. I just love naming villagers. They're so silly. You guys are gonna have the best time in here. I just know it. I have to admit something to you all. I've recently gotten a little bit distracted, and my potato farmers have gone. Well, one of them is being cured at the moment, but the other one needs to be replaced, I think. Carrot farmer's going great though. This is kind of one of those areas that I now work on mostly just in the off-camera days. So I've also recently gone ahead and fixed up our iron farm, which it looks like I forgot to break a dirt. Hold on. This thing has been basically a constant work in progress. I'll figure it out eventually. New potato farmer coming right up. Oh, welcome back to the land of the living. Okay, I'm not gonna let him die this time. It's fine. While I'm briefly distracted by the farms, I feel like now is a good time to also hook up this path that goes through our barn from last episode all the way around over here towards the farms. I probably am just going to come in and replace this with coarse dirt at some point, but the path blocks work as a pretty good placeholder in the meantime. Oh. There we go. Now we have a comfortable path to walk through the barn all the way over to our farming area. All right, I can't resist. One more quick distraction while we're out here. Let's plant a field, shall we? Now we have another beautiful field to walk by as we approach the iron farm or return home from the fields. I want to fill out the entire area behind me with farming fields eventually, but that's going to be a slower process. Oh, I almost forgot. We should totally name all of these guys finally. Oh, and also, how did you get in here? You're a cleric. Did you want to actually be a rancher? All right, I mean, you live your best life. That's cool. I don't have an abundance of name tags right now, but I do have a bunch of signs, so I can go ahead and place the animals' names on some signs for now. A lot of you said that we should name the purple-colored horse Lavender, because that's kind of already what I was calling it. So we'll go with that. Commenter Piranavella said we should name the cat Crimson. Oh, caps lock. Crimson. You'll have a name tag soon. And finally, the pink horse. Commenter Alan Buddy said we should name the pink horse Rose, and I think a bunch of other commenters agreed with that. So we now have Lavender, Rose, and Crimson. Thanks for all the suggestions, everybody. You should really get back to work. Now that the blacksmith is all transformed, there's only one more thing that I want to do today, and that is get a bunch of emeralds and finally make sure that I have a spare set of diamond tools for me to use, enchant, and also eventually upgrade. This will probably take a lot of effort, but I'm hoping it'll be well worth it once we get a good solid set of tools. Trading with these villagers is probably one of my favorite ways to spend the day in hardcore Minecraft. I just kind of love walking around the village and seeing what they all interact with. They're so weird. There we go, diamond axe, diamond sword. Now all I need is my toolsmith for the diamond pickaxe. Thank you, Herbert. There we go. Full set of spare diamond gear that I can enchant whenever we need it. I'm so happy with this transformation. As always, thank you for joining me. Let me know all of your thoughts and ideas down below, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody. Happy building.